We all have questions.
What is it that hinders me, stopping me from getting to where I want to go?
Find the answers on The Danny Johnson Show.
You can't reach for anything if your hands are still full of yesterday's junk.
Keep moving forward with Danny Johnson.
So that you can get to the destiny that you're after. There is another way to live, my friend. There is.
This is The Danny Johnson Show.
Welcome to The Danny Johnson Show. So stoked that you've decided to turn us on today. That didn't sound right, did it? You decided to watch this or listen to this station today. We'll just say that. Anyway, hey, are you kind of in one of those situations where the job is driving you crazy? Or you're having some major challenges in the marketplace with your job, with your boss, with your coworkers, and you kind of feel like you're hitting that glass ceiling? Well, today is going to be an awesome show for you. You are going to learn a simple equation to set yourself up for the next job promotion. And that goes for even you if you are an entrepreneur. You run your own business. This might be a show you want your entire staff to listen to, because in order for your business to grow, you have got to be able to build a team within your workforce that have the same kind of mindset, attitude, and goals that you do. Yes, it is possible to raise up a team of and a staff or your employees, your workforce, whatever it is that you call it. There is a way to raise them up in such a way where you and they have a common goal, and that is to help grow. Why? Because if the business prospers well, then you better take care of your people. So this is Danny Johnson. By the way, if you have not yet come over to Facebook and said hello, I would love to see you there. Today, we're going to be taking questions from Facebook. We're going to be taking your call concerning your job, some job challenges that you might be having right now, anything that has to do with the job and the promotion that you're not seeing. We're going to help give you advice on how to fix those things. I'll give you the phone number now because we'll be taking the call here in this at the end of this first segment, which the phone number is 844-200-3264. Again, that's 844-200-DANNY, D-A-N-I, 844-200-3264. You know, diligent hands bring wealth. That's what the Best Success book ever written says. But also right before it says diligent hands bring wealth, it says lazy hands make a man poor. I think all in all, most people think that they are not lazy. There's a few that they just know all out they are lazy. But I think if you and I were to look in the mirror, in a lot of cases, if we're not getting promoted in a specific area, it is largely because we don't have diligence and excellence in that particular area. So because we're talking about work today, you know, the bottom line is that the marketplace pays for value. And what determines your value in the marketplace is your skill set. And unfortunately, 98% of the population who ends up dead or dead broke at the age of 65, dependent on their family, friends, and federal government for their main source of income, those people would much rather blame the marketplace versus look in the mirror and take personal responsibility of the areas in which they are lacking skill. And some places that maybe they should make an investment into producing a higher skill set so that the job makes a way for that higher skill set. And so lazy hands make a man poor, but diligent hands bring wealth. Interesting concept, right? So I guess the question I have for you is, what are lazy hands? What do lazy hands look like to you? And what does diligent hands look like? Where are the places you would say you are diligent? Where are the places you would say that you are lazy? Let me give you an example. If you're spending time on your job, Facebooking, tweeting, Instagramming, Pinteresting, texting, checking personal email, you are lazy in that place right there. If you're robbing your employer, stealing. You're literally stealing money from the employer if you're not working when you're supposed to be working. And yet we see other people doing it, right? We see other people being lazy in some places. And so therefore it kind of justifies our own actions. We're like, well, so-and-so does it. It just must be a part of the culture. You don't want to get sucked into the wrong culture at work. You don't want to get sucked into the wrong mindset that is in that culture. And unfortunately, majority of the mindsets around the world concerning work is, I'm only going to work as hard as I have to so that I don't get fired. And then unfortunately, that produces an employer that says, I'm only going to pay you enough so you don't quit. And that's a bad equation. That is not a win-win equation. And I want you to rise up in the marketplace and be in that 2% mindset that gives you a very, very rare reward for the good work that you do. I hear all the time people saying, I hate my job. I hate my boss. I'm so bored. I wish I could do X, Y, or Z, right? People kind of have a fantasy about what that dream job might look like. But the reality is that dream job also comes equipped with things that are boring. It also comes with things that would drive you crazy. It also comes with things that would stress you out. Every job has that. There's always going to be things that we have to do that we don't like to do. Let me give you an example. If you are somebody that always dreamt of having kids or getting married, let's just talk about that one, okay? Oh, I can't wait to fall in love and it's going to be so awesome. You have this crazy picture about what it's going to look like. And then there is the reality, and the reality sets in about a month after you've exchanged vows. And it's nothing like what you thought it was going to be. All kinds of false expectations. And same for the so-called dream job that you think you want to have or you think you should deserve. There's always going to be things in life and in our work that we don't like to do. Always. That's the bottom line. And when we can wrap our head around the concept of what actually produces success at work, what is it? Well, there's a simple little formula. If you are a DannyJohnson.com client, I'm sure you already have listened to and you've been trained by Job Domination. And that's really what we're going to be talking about from today. Job Domination that teaches you how to dominate the job, dominate the workforce with simple little hidden strategies and secrets that most of the population hasn't got a clue of. Not a clue, okay? But something like this, saying the words, I hate my job. I hate my boss. I hate Mondays. I can't wait till Fridays. Where did that concept actually come from? Largely, it came from some family members. Maybe you heard your parents say that. So it literally programmed your mind about how to think about work. And in all the facts right there, what does that tell us? That's just not the right way to think about work. Work is a privilege. I noticed this with my son. My firstborn son, when he was real little, and here's the time to pitch in. We had a big family, so it's pitching. Everyone's going to pitch in. Even if you have a small family, everybody should be pitching in to help with dishes and laundry and keeping the house up and all of that kind of stuff. Well, this particular one, our oldest daughter, actually Erica, loved to work. She did. She was the one, oh, Mommy, can I help you cook dinner? Mom, can I help with the dishes? Can I help you with laundry? Dream child during those stages. Anyway, but then there was Cabe, and Cabe had a totally different attitude about work. I mean, completely different attitude. Oh man, it's time to clean. Just for the knee-jerk reaction with him was to whine about work, whereas Erica was always looking for work. So right away, I'm looking at this and I'm fast forwarding. What kind of a husband, father, man will he become if I don't correct this attitude? If I don't correct his attitude of, I hate doing chores and being reluctant to work and not finding value in work, and actually I saw a picture of one of my cousins who has never been able to keep a job. Never. In his 42 years of life, and he died as a drug addict, he was never, ever able to keep a job. He always got fired from every single job. And I noticed a pattern when my cousin and I, who I loved dearly, I noticed a pattern of him losing this job. And I would see it. It would be like, oh, wait a minute. He's complaining about his boss. He's complaining about work. And then he'll say things like, my boss, man, he like had no grace when I was late, today. And I said, well, have you been late before? Well, sure. Everyone's late once in a while. It's taking advantage of grace. Taking advantage of mercy. So then his boss was to blame because his boss, after 5 times of my cousin being late, wasn't merciful. I think being late 5 times, you deserve to be fired. You're taking advantage of grace. And there's no diligence here. There's no excellence. There's no respect for the people that you work for. And there's certainly no respect for the job if you've been late 5 times. But isn't it interesting that this poverty mentality, someone who's always broke, someone that doesn't get promoted, somebody that doesn't succeed, is the one that blames the boss for getting upset because the person was late 5 times. That mindset is one that will not get you promoted. But if you learn things like this, your mouth is a walking billboard. It is. And I hate my boss, I hate my job is spreading negative advertisement for that business. And today with Facebook, have you ever noticed? People like to rant and rave and say things on Facebook they could never say face to face with somebody. Oh, yeah. They would never in a million years say that harsh, nasty, offensive thing face to face. And they certainly wouldn't publicly say to their boss, I hate you. Oh, but they could certainly get on Facebook or Twitter and say, I hate my boss. They most certainly would never go to the owner and say, I hate my job. This is so boring. They would never say that face to face, but they certainly could get on social media now, won't they? And they'll say it there. And as a result, will get them fired. Absolutely. So look, you hate your boss and you hate your job. Don't you think they know that? So let me ask you another question. If you were the owner and you had somebody working for you that you knew they hated their job and they hated you, would you, my friend, be so apt to put that person in a higher position? Huh? Would you promote that person? No. So we're going to dig underneath some of the job challenges that you're having currently right now. 844-200-DANI is that phone number. Again, 844-200-3264. Use the fact that your mouth and your physical body and your social media is an opportunity to get you promoted, not fired. It's an opportunity for you to shine, to look good, to be somebody that's all vested into your job. And if you have a focus of helping your boss succeed and helping the business that has given you the chance to make money, helping that business to grow and flourish and be developed better than what it is now, well, you can utilize the walking billboard. Instead of spreading bad news about the job or the boss, be one that spreads good news about it. Oh, but you don't know the guy I work for. And I guess you haven't looked in the mirror yet either. It sounds to me like you're not so easy to work with either. Oftentimes, we're the ones that are promoting the worst out of our boss. And there's a lot of bosses that can pervert the worst out of their employees as well. It's a two-way street. But you're not going to change your boss, just like you ain't going to change your spouse. You can change your shorts, but you cannot change people. So you can start today by changing your attitude and finding something you can appreciate about that person and maybe even drop a card in the mail. This is Danny Johnson. I'm going to be taking your call. We're going to get some strong advice about getting promoted here right after this.
Stay right where you are for more of The Danny Johnson Show.
Radio talk show host Danny Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Danny Johnson, and I'm here with Fida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money, and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Danny sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today. As a homeschool parent, you know you've taken a tremendous responsibility. Some children need straightforward academics. Sometimes a child struggles and needs a little extra support. Help is available and is as simple as a few strokes on your computer keyboard at homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a terrific program to help homeschoolers and offers classes for grades 5 through 12 and has resources for tutoring, college planning, and testing, all taught from a biblically conservative view. Classes are flexible, and there's a variety of options for the complex schedules. Choose one class or many, depending upon your children's individual needs. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a convenient online platform designed so all you need is a computer and an internet connection. It's also incredibly affordable. Visit their website today, homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com.
Here's more great news for Christians. If you're looking for an affordable, God-honoring healthcare solution, the doors are always open at Medi-Share. As a Christian healthcare sharing ministry, Medi-Share receives a special provision under the new law, so you're free to enroll anytime. It's affordable, with options to fit every budget. It's accepted. You can choose from America's largest network of health providers. And it's portable. You can take it with you wherever you go. Best of all, it's biblical. You never have to pay for things that go against your beliefs. Medi-Share is healthcare with peace of mind.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 855-90-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medi-Share, affordable biblical health care. Call 855-90-BIBLE. That's 855-90-BIBLE.
Danny Johnson here, and you're listening to The Danny Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you. People thinking about what you think about, talking about what you talk about, and needing the same products and services you need. It's a place where like-minded consumers gather, savvy business owners, marketing directors, and responsive individuals making significant buying decisions. From consumer home goods and services to business products, people just like you needing the same things you need. They should be buying your product and service or doing business with your company. I'd love to help. To find out how to advertise on this show, email info@intelerep.com. That's info@INTELEREP.com. Or call 251-928-9400. That's info@intelerep.com or 251-928-9400.
Hello. Improving the quality of your life. The Danny Johnson Show.
I love it.
He was faithful with the little, will be made ruler over much. That was from the best success book ever written. This is Danny Johnson. Thanks so much for joining me in this segment of the Danny Johnson Show. We're talking about a significant little strategy that can get you promoted, will get you your next promotion, and can get it rather quickly if you're wise and you actually follow directions. So we're taking your call live right now of your biggest work challenges, your biggest challenges in your job. And I want to see you succeed wildly in the marketplace. And I believe that today, this show, this content is going to get you where you want to go. So don't keep it all to yourself. Go on Facebook and Twitter right now and share this information. Share with people how they can listen in on the Danny Johnson Show so they can grow in their finances. And you'll stop hearing your friends whine about their job. They'll stop coming to you trying to borrow money if they start tapping into this website, DannyJohnson.com, and start learning how they can succeed themselves. So you can find us at Danny Johnson Live, both on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Instagram. Again, all 3 of those social media platforms, you can leave us questions there and or just let somebody know, hey, you got to tap into this show. We just made a post about the timing of the show so somebody can go over to, and even if they don't have a television or radio station near them that carries the show, they can stream live on the app or live right there on the website. Again, that's DaniJohnson.com. All right, so I'm going over here to Jeff. Is going to tell us what his biggest challenge is from Denver, Colorado concerning his job. Jeff, welcome to the Danny Johnson Show.
Thank you. The biggest challenge I have in my job is showing up knowing I'm not that far away from being able to walk away from the 9 to 5 permanently.
Well, you know what? You have got to make a decision to finish strong. And if you plan on becoming a full-time entrepreneur, is that why you're leaving? You are going to leave your job soon?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let me tell you something, Jeff. As an employer, I've been an employer for 25 years. I can tell you that when somebody has already checked out, meaning whether they found a new job, right? Or they are going to leave for whatever the reasons are. They're going to leave town. They're going to move. They've already checked out. And all employers and people in management, we all know when somebody is already gone. And that actually will end up getting you fired before you have replaced your your full-time income. And you don't want to do that. You have to know this, Jeff. We reap what we sow. We reap what we sow. And so this new, whatever the business venture is that you have, whether you're going to now be an employer or an entrepreneur, would you want anyone you're working with to do that to you?
No.
And you believe in the concept of reaping and sowing, right? What you plant, you will reap, correct?
Correct.
So you want to make sure that whoever it is that you're working with as you move on, that they are giving excellence and diligence and giving their best, and they haven't already checked out when they've decided to walk away or give notice or whatever. So Jeff, you got to have that 2% mindset, especially if you are going to be moving on. And if moving on is going to give you a promotion, you have to act now like you're going to get that promotion instead of acting like somebody who's going to get demoted. So tomorrow morning, you got to give it your best. And every day after that, you got to give it your absolute best so that you leave with a blessing instead of a curse. You know what I mean? When people don't give it their all, the last year or last 2 weeks or last 10 days, when they don't give it all, they make the people they just left very unhappy. And now instead of having well-wishers, you have I hope he fail wishers. And you don't want that. You don't want that kind of reputation. So tomorrow, dude, maybe go to the boss and say, please forgive me. I haven't been diligent. I haven't been giving you excellence. I probably should have been doing better. Please forgive me. I've been totally wrong. And by the way, I'm open to any kind of correction that you have available. I want to do the best I can as I'm here every single day to help you and to help this business grow. Now, look, is that the kind of people you want working with you, Jeff?
Absolutely.
Then that's the example you got to set starting tomorrow morning, dude. Thanks so much, Jeff, for calling. I really appreciate your call. This is Danny Johnson. I'm going to be taking more of your calls concerning, yes, your biggest challenge at work and how can we help you to succeed greater? How can we help you make more money, get a bonus? Just that one strategy that I just gave Jeff is going to be seen. You will be seen as higher value tomorrow morning if you had that same exact conversation with your boss tomorrow. 844-200-DANI is my phone number. Again, that's 844-200-3264. If you get our voicemail, just leave the comment or question right there and we will get to it. Yes. By the way, come on, get over to Facebook, Twitter, whatever your thingy is, whatever your thingy is. You know what I'm talking about, whatever your social media is. Come on, you and I can help the economy change just by what we're talking about in today's show. This is Danny Johnson. We'll continue with more right after this.
The Danny Johnson Show. In the car, wherever you are, on the go.
We love it at work. It gets me going.
Is God calling you to the entertainment industry? Do you want to rise for Him? Do you want to be an actor, model, singer, or dancer and shine for God? Do you think the world needs better role models? Do you want to be a star for the Most High God? Actors, models, and talent for Christ is coming to a city near you. A new generation of Christian performers is rising. Call 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. God gave you talent for a reason, and that is to shine for Him. So we are searching for actors, models, singers, and dancers. Go to amtcaudition.com to find out when and where the next free audition will be held. Entertainment is the best opportunity for Christians to change the world, and the time is now. Are you ready for that call? 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. That's actors, models, and talent for Christ. Register for your audition today. Tell yourself that life isn't that bad. You relish the small pleasures. Drive-through coffee, big screen TV, vacations bought on credit cards. But that's as good as life gets unless you take a leap of faith. This is millionaire author, radio and television show host Danny Johnson, inviting you to join me for 2 days where you will acquire the skills to make the life you crave a reality. Call now 844-200-DANI or visit firststepstosuccess.com.
Ever wondered how to advertise on the Danny Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you listening, thinking about the things you do, talking about the things you do, and needing products and services you need? Savvy business owners and marketing directors advertise on the Danny Johnson Show. Advertise your products or services on the Danny Johnson Show. Email info@intellerep.com or call 251-928-9400, 251-928-9400.
As a homeschool parent, you know you've taken a tremendous responsibility. Some children need straightforward academics. Sometimes a child struggles and needs a little extra support. Help is available and is as simple as a few strokes on your computer keyboard at homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a terrific program to help homeschoolers and offers classes for grades 5 through 12 and has resources for tutoring, college planning, and testing, all taught from a biblically conservative view. Classes are flexible, and there's a variety of options for the complex schedules. Choose one class or many, depending upon your children's individual needs. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a convenient online platform designed so all you need is a computer and an internet connection. It's also incredibly affordable. Visit their website today, homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com.
Did you know there's a healthcare solution that honors your Christian beliefs, is affordable, and acceptable under the new law? It's Medishare, a thriving community of believers across America who share each other's medical bills. Members live healthy, God-honoring lifestyles, which makes it really affordable, and you'll find options to fit every budget. It's accepted by America's largest network of health providers, and there's no enrollment period. You can join anytime. Best of all, it's biblical. You never pay for things you don't believe in. Medishare is a sensible healthcare solution for Christians.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 855-90-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medishare, affordable biblical health care. Call 855-90-BIBLE. That's 855-90-BIBLE.
Working moms and dads, does your life feel like a 10-car pileup on the highway going nowhere? Do you crawl through each day hoping for an escape or at least the fast lane? I've been where you are. My name is Danny Johnson, and years ago I worked crazy long hours, never saw my kids, and hated my life. Today I'm a multi-millionaire, best-selling author, businesswoman with several companies, homeschooling mom, and I only work 20 hours a week. Want to know the very strategies that I use daily to be able to accomplish this? Call now. I'll email you a free ebook of our bestseller, First Steps to Wealth. Call 844-200-DANNY. That's D-A-N-I. That's 844-200-3264. 844-200-DANI. Or visit firststepstowealth.com. That's firststepstowealth.com. It's impossible to get promoted if you are not taking care with excellence and diligence what you have already. It's always obvious which people inside of a company, an organization, inside of a church, inside of a charity, inside of a family, it's always obvious who's going to get promoted. And it is that one that brings excellence and diligence. Listen, the best success book ever written is the one that I love quoting from. And it says this: if you can be faithful with the little things, then you will be made ruler over much. Now let's flip that coin over, and here's what it says. It says, if you are not faithful with the little things, that which you have already will be taken from you and given to the one who has worked with excellence and diligence and already has much. That's straight out of the Bible, my friends. Yes, it is. It is straight out of the Bible. Book of Matthew, parable of the talents, gives us that wisdom. So it's impossible for you to complain. It's impossible for you to say, I hate my boss. I don't like my job. I'm bored. I hate this place. I'm dreading going to work, and see a promotion. You ain't going to get a promotion with that attitude. Get your head out of the trash and put it back on top of your own shoulders and start to prosper right in that job where you are planted. We're giving job advice today. So whether you're the employer or the employee, you want your whole staff listening to this, baby, because everybody needs an attitude adjustment about how to be able to change our own personal economies by changing how we are at work. But Danny, you don't know the jerk I work for. Looks like me, you're being a jerk gossiping about the boss, and that never results in a raise. Come on, man. This isn't hard. It's not hard at all. All right, we're going over to Heather. She's going to share with us what her biggest work challenge is. She's from Millville, New Jersey. Heather, welcome to the Danny Johnson Show.
Hi, Danny. How are you today?
Awesome. So what's your biggest challenge?
Hey. Keeping agents. I'll have someone kind of sign up, start a training, and then drop out of training or complete training and then never show up to start working.
Been there, done that. There's a skill set, honey, that you are missing. And there's something you are saying that is either scaring your people off, or there's something that you're doing that's causing them to doubt. So I would be recording what you're doing, and I'd be listening back through on what you're saying and see where the breakdown is. That you are only responsible for what you do and for what you say. And so the way to master this communication to where you're helping the people you're working with to stick, okay? Then that is going to take training, development, and skill set on your part. And literally, you need to listen to the next time you do one of these trainings when you're training up your brand new hire or your agent or whatever, or your real estate agent or an insurance agent, whatever kind of agent it is that you are hiring. And if what you're saying is causing them to go away, I promise you it's not the people. It's something you're doing. So record it the next time you do it. Go back and listen to it. And by the way, if you don't have unlimited success and dynamic duplication, because this is the issue you're having, dynamic duplication is the problem. Go back and listen to how I teach how to start somebody new inside, a new employee or a new staff member or a new distributor for that matter. There's certain verbiage that you should be using that will help you to duplicate. So listen to the recording of you doing it. And then ask yourself the question like, I probably shouldn't say that anymore. I probably shouldn't do that anymore. Listen to then the recording of how I say to do it, compare notes, and you're going to find your solution. Thanks so much, Heather, for calling in. We appreciate you. All right. Next, I've got Mark from Grants Pass, Oregon. Welcome to the Danny Johnson Show.
Hi, Danny. The hardest thing that I have with work is much like, your previous caller, Jeff. I'm working on becoming an entrepreneur, and so it's really hard for me to even want to show up at work just because I've already been promoted as much as there is promotion in that job, and so it's really hard for me to just even continue going.
Right. What's the job, Mark?
It's just a labor job. I'm just a water delivery person.
Okay. So when you say you've already been promoted as much as you can be promoted, here's what I can tell you that I've seen a lot. In fact, it kind of reminds me of Brendan Moran. When Brendan first came to us, he spent 25 years in the same job, never being promoted, not being bonused, nothing. Like he just same income, same stuck place, and he just could not move forward. And he called his job a dead end job. From his perception, there was no way he could get promoted in it. Well, after much training with us, he found he was completely wrong. And he found some new strategies. He got a $90,000 raise in 1 year. So, Mark, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you the same advice. Number one, I want you to look from a different side, from a different perspective. And I would go and I would ask and have multiple conversations with the boss and ask him how he got in his position. Is the boss the owner of the business?
He is.
Okay, awesome.
He is the owner, and they are steadily on the decline. Mm. And no matter how much I try to build business, I'll how do I even say this? I'll give them, the business. I'll talk to people and have them want to sign up, and then I'll give it to them, which is the next step, and they do nothing with it. So it's...
Well, then, Mark, we know that the water business is a very profitable business, right?
Right.
And the owner is not committed, is he?
No, he's not. Well,
I'd be looking at perhaps making him an offer to own it for him and tie him into a residual income while you go build that business. And or I would find a way to say, hey, it seems, you guys are so busy with what you're doing, and I really want to help this business grow steadily. And I'm wondering if we might be able to work out a nice business proposal where it's a win-win situation for both of us. It's obvious you're slammed. And so it's obvious that I can talk to people and I can get people wanting our water on a monthly basis. So can we work out some kind of a commission to where if I go get new business for you, is there a way that we can work out a compensation structure to where I benefit for doing that? And then eventually I would like to see myself just bringing nothing but new business in for you and let me go hire a new driver. And maybe can I earn a royalty on that? So I'm relieving you of any of extra hard work for you so I can help build this and make more money. Mark?
Right. I've done that with them twice over 5 years.
And did you get your commission?
Nope.
And
they never paid commission. They never would pay me the commissions for doing that.
Did they say they would?
Yes.
Do you have it in a contract?
It's verbal. It was verbal.
Go get it in like I said, you want to have a business conversation. And look, you're saying you're wanting to become an entrepreneur, right?
Right.
Then you start acting like one now. You have to act like one. And what does an entrepreneur act like? They get it in writing, dude. You negotiate, you get it in writing, both parties sign, and then the first time they miss it, you pack in your contract that there is a late fee. You pack in there that if they don't pay by such and such time, then you agree that there's going to be an extra bonus for the late fee. You negotiate in a contract, not some verbal thing, and then you go and you get them to pay up. That, by the way, is what you have to do as an entrepreneur. You literally have to create contracts. You literally have to get someone to sign that contract, and you got to chase the money down. So this honestly is awesome training for you to become a business owner right there. And or I'd be offering him to buy it. And no money up front. Just say, hey, here, if you would like to make money and retire and work it from a residual standpoint, here's what we can do. But again, you want to be an entrepreneur? Contracts. Get advice on that contract, present that contract, close that contract, and you have to follow up and make sure that you're getting paid in that contract. And by the way, if they continuously screw that up, they don't deserve to have you. They just simply don't deserve to have you. So take the next step in wanting to become an entrepreneur and work it as though you already own it and you are being prepared for something really, really good and powerful. Mark, I really appreciate you being a listener on the Danny Johnson Show. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear how this next conversation with this contract goes, because what you don't want to do is sow bad seed. You don't want to be the guy that's like, fine, you're not committed, I ain't committed, I'm out of here. Don't do that. You don't, because when you bud as an entrepreneur yourself, how you leave will come back to you. So if you are like, I don't even want to go to work, the people that you'll be hiring for your business, the products that you'll be attempting to sell to others are going to have the same attitude about what you're doing. So we want to make sure that you take the high road, you do the highest level of leadership and how you exit, and you make sure you exhaust all options before you do that. All right, awesome. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you being here, Mark, and thanks for being a working man in today's world. I really, really admire men that love to work and work hard and looking for solutions for problems. This is Danny Johnson. We'll continue with more of the Danny Johnson Show right after this.
Danny Johnson says you can make great things happen in your own life. Let's go.
Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money, and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Danny sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today.
Is God calling you to the entertainment industry? Rise for God. Do you want to be an actor, model, singer, or dancer? Shine for God. Do you think the world needs better role models? Be a star for God. Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ is coming to a city near you. A new generation of Christian performers is rising. Call 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. God gave you talent for a reason, to shine for Him. We're searching for actors, models, singers, and dancers. Log on to amtcaudition.com to find out when and where the next audition will be held. Entertainment's the best opportunity for Christians to change the world, and the time is now. Are you ready for the call? Log on amtcaudition.com or call 800-STAR-420. Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ. Register for your audition today. Call 800-STAR-420 or amtcaudition.com.
Freedom is fragile and costly, and must be defended by work and by faith and even by blood.
What if standing for your faith stood in the way of evil?
Now your ministry reaches more people than the evening news, and I need you to get up there and announce that you fully support this bill.
I cannot water down the gospel to advance anybody's political agenda.
Would you be prepared to face scandal?
The girl is dead, John. They're saying that you killed her.
I didn't kill anybody.
Surveillance.
They're watching for you.
Censorship.
They gave silence the truth.
And persecution.
I didn't know where else to go. You're going to be charged with first-degree murder.
Your husband is a fugitive. Persecuted. Starring Fred Thompson, James Remar, and Natalie Grant. Rated PG-13. Parents strongly cautioned. In theaters now.
If you take away a man's right to speak his mind in a country founded on that very principle, you don't really have a country now, do you?
Radio talk show host Danny Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Danny Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
Danny Johnson here, and you're listening to The Danny Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you. People thinking about what you think about, talking about what you talk about, and needing the same products and services you need. It's a place where like-minded consumers gather, savvy business owners, marketing directors, and responsive individuals making significant buying decisions. From consumer home goods and services to business products, people just like you needing the same things you need. They should be buying your product and service or doing business with your company. I'd love to help. To find out how to advertise on this show, email info@intelerep.com. That's info@INTELEREP.com. Or call 251-928-9400. That's info@intelerep.com or 251-928-9400.
And now, back to more of the Danny Johnson Show.
You will be placed on an accelerated track if you follow directions. You'll be promoted quickly if you utilize the strategies that we're giving you today. Your biggest job challenge, that's what we're dealing with today. So often we can justify our poor attitude with work. We can justify it. Listen, it doesn't take much to justify our bad attitude. It doesn't take much to justify our lack of commitment. But that's not who you are. That's not who you're supposed to be. That's not what you're called to. You're called to a higher level. You're called to leadership. You are not called to be that person that just goes, forget it. I'm out. They're not doing their job. I ain't doing my job. I'm only going to put in what they put in. That's not what brings you success. That's what gets you fired. So, job challenge, we're going over to Sandy here from Corona, California. I know right where that's at. Sandy, welcome to the Danny Johnson Show. How can we help you with your biggest job challenge?
Thank you. My biggest job challenge, I'll be honest, was driving in and literally having conversation with God of, there has to be a reason why I'm going, and maybe it's because I'm supposed to be in the light and the darkness. I don't know, but I took a leap of faith. Tomorrow is my last day in corporate America. I am beyond excited, but listening to the other calls, I am leaving on good terms. I am making sure that there's nothing on my desk that is going to hopefully create hard when I leave.
Yes.
But I know that my purpose is not in commercial air conditioning. As much as I have been blessed with it, I don't have a college degree, and God has more than blessed me over and over again in corporate America with being able to be a provider for my family. I've been a single mom most of my adult life, and I have been blessed with income. But I know that there's something bigger and better for me, and I will tell you, I did the Spirit-Driven Success. I've got the CDs in my car, and your first CD gave me a great big spiritual spanking. And I needed it. I needed it. And I just said, you know what? My attitude changed and my heart changed. And I said, Lord, you blessed me with this. You've given me an opportunity to go to work. There are people that are struggling and asking God every single day for an answer or a job or something, and I have one.
Yep.
And the fact that I get to walk away tomorrow with a clear conscience is good, but in my business that I am pursuing, I am only trusted with a little bit right now. Mm-hmm. And I want to show God that I can be trusted with more, but at this point where I'm at, it's going to be his timing and not mine, because trust me, I'm more than anxious. But the fact and the peace that I have leaving tomorrow, I am smiling from ear to ear, and I have not been able to do anything like this. And I've been working since I was 16 years old.
Wow. Well, I'm proud of you, Sandy, that you have made sure that you are not leaving. Your employer has been so faithful to you all these years to provide for you and your family. I'm proud of you that you made sure that you've done good and have blessed them, because that will now lead a blessing for your new business that you're starting tomorrow. Now, on that note, before tomorrow or whatever, before the end of the day leaves, whatever, I want you to go back and meet with that boss and just say, I want to make sure there's no hard feelings, and I want you to speak freely. Am I leaving you in a bad spot? Is this hurting your business? I want to make sure that this is a win-win for both of us. I don't want to cause trouble by me moving and following on with a dream. So have that conversation and maybe make yourself available to say, I can give you part-time if you need it until this next person that's replacing me is fully trained. Whatever works best for you is what I want to do. I don't want to leave you in a bind. Sandy, because as you go to start your own company, you have to know that when you are running, I've been running companies for 25 years. And when someone leaves, well, it depends on the person, because I pray this prayer all the time. Lord, take away who should not be here and bring to us exactly who should be here. And it always happens. It always works beautifully. That who is not supposed to be here is gone. And it's a win-win situation. I had a gal years ago who was my personal assistant for several years, and she just all of a sudden was just screwing up so bad. Simple little tasks. And being my personal assistant, you can't make these kinds of mistakes. It was a high level pay for a high level of skill set. And all of a sudden, she checked out. And I started to pray. I said, Lord, please expose what is going on with her. And he did. It turned out she was in an adulterous relationship with a married man. And she happened to come to me, and she was foolish financially. She was blowing all she was making. She had never made this kind of money before, and she was not listening to the teachings in which we teach. But she was blowing money left and right, shopping all the time, eating out all the time. She just screwed up. And what was so sad is that she didn't realize what she had done to herself, and she had this secret little life behind the scenes that no one knew about. She came to me one day. And I started, again, I had grace for a good 6 months. And I just said, Lord, please give her a different opportunity. She came to me with a business idea, and I said, yes, do it. I bless you. And it was done. And then she came back and she had confessed that she was the other woman in a marriage. She was the other woman in a marriage, and she messed up so bad financially and was asking for forgiveness. So you don't want to be on the other side of this equation, the one that's causing the stress. Even though you're saying, I'm leaving on good terms, go and double check, because you will have people that will leave your business. And you don't want it to be under unspoken bad terms. You know what I mean? Oh, no, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. You want to make sure that you double, triple check and make sure that this employer has been so faithful to you that you can give grace back to them. Okay. And congratulations on becoming an entrepreneur, and good job, Mommy, that you have provided for your children as a single mother. Congratulations on being that hard worker. And I'm so glad you got that spanking from Spirit Driven Success. This works.
I did.
It works.
Thank you. And I've been to First Steps in Dynasty. So
Nice.
I'm in, Danny. I'm in.
That's so awesome. I'm proud of you, Sandy. Thanks so much for calling in and listening to the show. We appreciate you. This is Danny Johnson. Yeah, Spirit Driven Success, spiritual, financial spanking. You know what? I just so believe that you are supposed to do well financially. I believe you're supposed to prosper greatly in the marketplace. I believe with my whole heart that if you follow the principles in which we're talking about on today's show, you're going to have things go well with you. But we can all do and say things and justify our actions, and those actions can cause a ripple effect of bad things. We've all experienced that. I experience it, you experience it, and we're going to experience it moving forward too. But we can, as much as possible, reduce the amount of those bad ripple effects that we do. And the best thing that you can always do is put yourself in the other person's shoes. And in this case, put yourself in the employer's shoes. Right? Just like before, Mark called in from Grants Pass, right? And he was saying, he goes and he gets business, and the boss, the owner, isn't following through. Dig underneath that and find out why. What's going on? Does he have cancer? Did his wife leave him? Are they having some major stresses and problems? Is there a way you can help to relieve him of these things? That's what you're seeing. There's a problem. That means a need is not being met. How awesome is that? And you can be the one to help meet the need, which then raises your value to him, which will result in a promotion. This is Danny Johnson. We'll continue with more of your calls right after this.
Achieve your goals and change your life for the better?
Tune in, turn it up, listen.
Stay right where you are for more of The Danny Johnson Show.
Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Danny sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today.
No blaming, no excuses, just real solutions that will really change things. That's real leadership.
When somebody gets into management, oftentimes they feel like they are the boss and now everyone has to listen to me. I think it's important that leadership actually listens to others.
That's real leadership. Real leadership. Welcome to the Danny Johnson Show.
Lazy hands make a man poor, but diligent hands bring wealth. Which side of that equation are you on? This is Danny Johnson. Welcome to the Danny Johnson Show. We're so glad that you have tuned in on hour 2 of the Danny Johnson Show. We're talking about job challenges and how we personally are truly in control. At the end of the day, we are in control of whether or not we get promoted. We are in control of whether or not we get bonus. We are in control as to whether or not we get fired or whether or not we get to maybe get side by side and become the owner of that business someday. I've seen it again and again and again. So many of our clients that went from on the layoff list, the boss is creating a file to release you from working because you are causing so many problems that you don't even realize that you're doing. And then I've seen that same person use the strategies we're going to talk about in this next hour of the Danny Johnson Show on how to become a job dominator. Job dominator. I want to see a t-shirt that says that. I'm a job dominator, and get promoted, doubling their income. I got so many stories go off in my head right now where I've seen that. And so much of our attitude at work determines our pay. It does. Are you creating problems or are you bringing solutions? And if somebody else that you're working with is somehow hindering your growth, well, that actually is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to find out what the problem is so you can bring the solution, and that raises your value to the boss. All right, the phone number is 844-200-3264. Again, that's 844-200-3264. It's a first come, first served basis here on the Danny Johnson Show. If it goes to voicemail, please just leave us your comment or your question right there. Or also you can go to Facebook, Danny Johnson Live, also Twitter and Instagram. That's where you'll find our pages, and you can leave questions or comments concerning job challenges that you're having right this minute, right there on Facebook. And by the way, if you know and you care about some friends and some family members that might be struggling in their jobs, in their careers, let them know about the show right this minute. Get on your phone, text some people saying, you got to listen to this. But Danny, how did they don't live in my area? Let them go to the website, DannyJohnson.com. That's DANI Johnson.com. Click on the radio TV tab and they will get a listing. And if nothing else, they can get the app right now with their smartphone and listen to the show from there, or they can watch the show streaming live on the website. So there's lots of ways to tune in, and there's no reason not to tune in, especially for this fact. Today's show is going to result in you getting a raise. All right, Randy is calling in from Texas. Randy, what is your biggest job challenge? And welcome to the Danny Johnson Show.
Thank you. I guess my biggest challenge at my job is that I don't really have one. Right now I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Whoa, mommy. Hold it.
I know it's a job.
Nope.
That's where I
Stop. You're talking right now, young lady, and listen to me. You don't know that it is your job. You don't know.
I know.
That's the facts. No, you're not going to. You open your mouth again with an excuse, I'm going to mute your butt. Stop and listen.
More of a
Randy, I'm going to mute you. Listen to me, Randy. Here's the deal. It is a huge career, Randy. It's a massive career being a stay-at-home mom. It is the most important of all careers. It is a career that is generational. The problem is that we have allowed this society to degrade this position. You have authority as the mother of that household to help the family get out of debt. You as the head, while your husband is not there, meaning he's working, but when you are the one overseeing the home, you are the home manager. And there are people actually that get hired to do that work. There is. And they get paid really good money to be the home manager. Your job is to oversee those finances and to make sure that there is no foolish spending. Your job as the mother and the wife of the household who is not working outside of the house, but working inside the house, your job is to make sure that the finances are used through wisdom. You're the account manager. And with the children, your job is training them up to reign in the future, training them to understand financial success versus poverty. Your job as a mother is to make sure that your husband is edified, respected. These are all skill sets. You need to treat your job, your full-time career as a mother, with the same level of respect, honor, excellence, and diligence as when you worked for someone else. And if you didn't have honor, respect, excellence, and diligence when you worked for someone else, it's time to do that right now. Every single day, girl. I ran my family, still to this day, I run my family as though it is a business. There's no lackadaisical nothing. Before I came to do today's show, I have dinner that's cooking without me there right now. The chicken is in the crock pot. The brown rice is already cooked so that when I get home, I will be making that teriyaki stir fry for the family. It's going to take me 30 minutes to make dinner when I get home. And mind you, I only work 20 hours a week, because my full-time job is being a wife and a mother. And it's a very important role. It's a vice president of a company. And the vice president has many people they're responsible for. And so as the vice president, you're supposed to edify your president, who is your husband. Edify him to the children. Edify your husband to everyone else that you know. Build up respect for his position and make sure that you respect him and his authority and his positioning. And that you do not say to your husband, we have so much debt. We're so broke. How can we afford this? How can we afford that? Vice presidents don't say things like that. So step up your game, mommy. Because whenever you say to your husband, we don't have the money, we can't afford this, that, and the other thing, you are hurting your husband's earning potential. You're killing and crushing his masculinity. You're hurting and pulling away his faith, and you're dropping seeds of doubt and unbelief into that man. The best thing a wife can do is to encourage her husband, not discourage her husband. The best thing she can do is to not complain about money, but to find ways to save money. There's no excuse. First Steps to Wealth. It's free. It's a book that's going to show you how to annihilate all of your debt as long as you follow every single instruction that is inside of the 2 chapters about war on debt, about annihilating that debt. And as you follow every single instruction, you are going to create wealth alongside your husband. The wife's job is not to spend the money. The wife's job is to save the money and then learn to invest that money so that the money your husband is earning is now multiplying. But what most women do, because they don't know that their full-time job is a vice president of an organization, of a company called the Johnson family or the Smith family or the Rogers family, you're the VP over that deal. Therefore, you oversee finances. You oversee the training and development of the other employees, your children. Your job is to delegate other jobs to the children, making sure you're training them up to reign for working someday, having the right attitude, training them up for finances, training them up with proper people skills, training them up with proper spiritual skills. Very important to train up your employees called your children. Totally different way of looking at being a mom, isn't it? You're going to help that family become a 2%er. You will. You will. I don't know if you've got Grooming the Next Generation for Success or not, but this is going to outline the department of children for you and how to set them up for success instead of set them up for failure. Grooming the Next Generation for Success and First Steps to Wealth. Okay, you want the books. If you're reading them, follow directions. And you're going to help the family get out of debt. You're going to help to create wealth for the family. Okay? And remember, edify the president, who is your husband. All right, the books. How do you get them? DannyJohnson.com or call 866-760-8255. Let them know that you just heard about it right now, and they're going to give you First Steps to Wealth for free. Right now, you'll download the book for free, follow the instructions, and then pay the shipping to get the book to your house, okay? Pay the shipping if you want the physical copy. If you want the physical copy and not the download copy, then pay the shipping. It's fair. It's $15. You take care of the shipping. We'll send it to you. Thank you, Randy. I'm so glad you called. Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad you called and that you're getting a new perspective on the most important vice president job that there is. All right, girl, you can do it. Okay, I've got Peggy from Columbus, Wisconsin. Welcome to the Danny Johnson Show. Hi.
Hi.
What's your biggest challenge at work?
My biggest challenge at work is I work in a government situation, and I find that consistent treatment is not the same for employees, and we are often micromanaged.
Oh, gosh, I'm so glad you said this. Okay, Peggy. I'm so glad you said this. You're being micromanaged, right? You're being micromanaged. I don't want you to say anything right now. I just want you to think about this question. Did you train your boss to micromanage you? Don't answer the question. Just think about it. The way micromanagement happens in most cases, okay? And if you take a real good, honest look, you will see the truth. Managers are taught how to manage somebody based on how somebody follows directions, follows through, and produces. So when a manager hires somebody, they are not looking to micromanage anybody. No manager likes to micromanage anybody. We hate it. We hate it with a passion. However, when an employee shows us that they cannot do it without being micromanaged, that manager now is in a place where they have to do something they hate. And it's usually a rabbit hole at that point. No one wants to babysit anybody. No one. And it has nothing to do with being a government employee either. A lot of government employees like to blame the government employee thing. What if you don't blame the government employee thing and you just think on that question? This is Danny Johnson. We'll continue with more of the Danny Johnson Show right after this.
The show that more and more people are talking about. Here you find answers.
That's life, friend.
You find hope. You find inspiration.
I love it.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Danny Johnson. Stay tuned for more of the Danny Johnson Show.
Radio talk show host Danny Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Danny Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
As a homeschool parent, you know you've taken a tremendous responsibility. Some children need straightforward academics. Sometimes a child struggles and needs a little extra support. Help is available and is as simple as a few strokes on your computer keyboard at homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a terrific program to help homeschoolers and offers classes for grades 5 through 12 and has resources for tutoring, college planning, and testing, all taught from a biblically conservative view. Classes are flexible, and there's a variety of options for the complex schedules. Choose one class or many, depending upon your children's individual needs. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a convenient online platform designed so all you need is a computer and an internet connection. It's also incredibly affordable. Visit their website today, homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com.
Freedom is fragile and costly and must be defended by work and by faith and even by blood.
What if standing for your faith stood in the way of evil?
Now, your ministry reaches more people than the evening news, and I need you to get up there and announce that you fully support this bill.
I cannot water down the gospel to advance anybody's political agenda.
Would you be prepared to face scandal?
The girl is dead, John. They're saying that you killed her.
I didn't kill anybody.
Surveillance.
They're watching for you.
Censorship.
They can't silence the truth.
And persecution.
I didn't know where else to go. You're going to be charged with first-degree murder.
Your husband is a fugitive. Persecuted. Starring Fred Thompson, James Remar, and Natalie Grant. Rated PG-13. Parents strongly cautioned. In theaters now.
If you take away a man's right to speak his mind in a country founded on that very principle, you don't really have a country now, do you?
Is God calling you to the entertainment industry? Do you want to rise for Him? Do you want to be an actor, model, singer, or dancer and shine for God? Do you think the world needs better role models? Do you want to be a star for the Most High God? Actors, models, and talent for Christ is coming to a city near you. A new generation of Christian performers is rising. Call 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. God gave you talent for a reason, and that is to shine for Him. So we are searching for actors, models, singers, and dancers. Go to amtcaudition.com to find out when and where the next free audition will be held. Entertainment is the best opportunity for Christians to change the world, and the time is now. Are you ready for that call? 800-STAR-420 or go to amtcaudition.com. That's actors, models, and talent for Christ. Register for your audition today. Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money, and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Danny sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today.
Now, more of the Danny Johnson Show.
Micromanagement. It's terrible, isn't it? Doesn't it drive you crazy that you feel like your boss is lurking over your shoulders constantly? And if your boss has come to the place where they are asking you to report every 10 minutes to you, you to report to them, that your boss is really scrutinizing every decision that you're making, every single step that you're taking, it stinks, doesn't it? But try this on for size. You trained your manager how to manage you. You did. No manager wants to babysit anybody. So when you come to that place, here's what you got to do. You need to go say, I'm sorry. You really need to go say, I'm sorry. Because what I'm sorry, please forgive me does, and you admit where you were wrong, it's the reset button. There's a reset button for work tomorrow. There is. because it's always the employee that's being micromanaged that likes to complain that their boss is micromanaging them. But if we actually looked at the path of how we became micromanaged, we had a part in it, didn't we? Yes, we do. So how do you fix it? Well, you simply go and you say, I'm so sorry. I noticed that I'm being micromanaged. Please forgive me. Through my conduct, through my inability and my wrong choices, my inability to make the deadlines, I was trying so hard to impress you, so I wasn't asking questions, which was stupid. I should have came to you earlier, letting you know that I wasn't going to be able to make that deadline, but instead you came to me on the deadline date and I didn't produce what I was supposed to produce. Please forgive me. That was wrong. So ask them to forgive you. And then say, I would also like if you'd be willing to give me 3 things that you feel I need to improve on so I can get working on those things right away. And then I'm going to ask that if you'd be willing to hold me accountable. I don't want to bring stress on your life. You've got many other better things to do than to babysit me. And you're babysitting me because I've taught you that I needed it. And I don't want to do that to you. So forgive me for the stress. And would you be willing to give me 3 things that I need to improve on? 3 priorities that if you feel like I do these 3 priorities every day, then I would be able to make your life easier and I'd be able to get the job done. And I'm asking you for accountability. If you see me heading in the direction of micromanagement again, I want you to smack me upside the head with a quick talk saying you're heading that direction again. And I want you to help me to succeed. Just have that conversation tomorrow. It's the reset button, and then you better perform your tail off, friend. You better make sure that you set the priorities that they are telling you that is the highest priorities and have to get done every day. And if you keep missing it, then it's simple. There's something you don't understand. You need more clarity. So you got to communicate. You got to ask questions and then do it and then say, is this how you want it? Oh, it isn't. Okay, a little bit more, because everything has to do with one thing that's in one person's head. By the time it leaves their mouth and enters somebody else's ears, and then it turns into an action, it's a world of webs of miscommunication. So you cannot over communicate when you're trying to succeed. All right. So over here, we've got Bryn from Ohio. Welcome to the Danny Johnson Show.
Thank you. I have a lot of flexibility as far as working from home or working from my actual place of employment.
Yeah.
So I would have to say my biggest challenge is actually getting all of my work done on the days that I choose to be at home and continue to be a mom at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. How many hours a week are you working, Lev?
I work anywhere from 20 to 30.
Good job. And that's just the hours you're working from home, or is that the hours you're working total?
That's the hours that I'm working total.
Okay, good. I'm so proud of you. That is such a doable schedule for a working mom. I think 40 hours a week is really, 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 really challenging. And I feel like the kids end up being neglected. And of course, if someone's a single mother, you got to do what you got to do. But Bryn, first of all, I love what you've said. Wow, it seems that when I choose to work from home, I don't get my work done. Bryn, what's the obvious answer?
That I need to make sure that I'm getting my work done. And if I'm not getting it done, possibly go into work or make sure that I am not neglecting my children first if I choose to be at home.
Yeah. Okay. There is a system that I learned 18 and a half years ago that revolutionized how I lived. I used to work 100 hours a week and I was neglecting my children and I felt guilty every single day. And when I was with them, which was almost never, I was thinking about work. And so I had to learn time secrets. Time secrets taught me how to prioritize, schedule appointments for each action, and it took my hours from 100 hours a week down to 20 hours a week, and I tripled my income. It taught me a system of production that made me like a machine in those 20 hours. You can learn that same exact system. You can. Right now, you're working from reaction versus deliberate action that's going to get results. This is Danny Johnson. We'll continue with more of the Danny Johnson Show right after this.
Stay right where you are for more of the Danny Johnson Show.
Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money, and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Danny sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today. As a homeschool parent, you know you've taken a tremendous responsibility. Some children need straightforward academics. Sometimes a child struggles and needs a little extra support. Help is available and is as simple as a few strokes on your computer keyboard at homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a terrific program to help homeschoolers and offers classes for grades 5 through 12 and has resources for tutoring, college planning, and testing, all taught from a biblically conservative view. Classes are flexible, and there's a variety of options for the complex schedules. Choose one class or many, depending upon your children's individual needs. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a convenient online platform designed so all you need is a computer and an internet connection. It's also incredibly affordable. Visit their website today, homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com.
Here's more great news for Christians. If you're looking for an affordable, God-honoring healthcare solution, the doors are always open at Medishare. As a Christian healthcare sharing ministry, Medishare receives a special provision under the new law, so you're free to enroll anytime. It's affordable with options to fit every budget. It's accepted. You can choose from America's largest network of health providers. And it's portable. You can take it with you wherever you go. Best of all, it's biblical. You never have to pay for things that go against your beliefs. Medishare is healthcare with peace of mind.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 855-90-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medishare, affordable biblical health care. Call 855-90-BIBLE. That's 855-90-BIBLE.
Radio talk show host Danny Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Danny Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
My name is Danny Johnson, and 23 years ago, I was homeless, living out of my car, alone, totally broke, and desperate. I was ready to end it all. Today, I'm a multimillionaire with a passion for helping you get ahead in your career, your business, and your relationships. I'm tired of seeing families struggle financially, consumed with debt, robbing their lives of any joy as well as a future. So I'd like to give the first 10 callers a free copy of our latest bestseller, First Steps to Wealth. Call now, 844-200-DANI. That's 844-200-3264. 844-200-DANI. Or visit visit firststepstowealth.com. That website again is firststepstowealth.com. It's time to end the insanity called life and start living it the way you've always wanted to. Get a copy of First Steps to Wealth right now.
Giving you the playbook to design your life. This is The Danny Johnson Show. And now, here's Danny.
Running around like a chicken with your head cut off, blood squirting everywhere. You're like, Danny, thanks for the visual. Welcome to The Danny Johnson Show. We're handling your job challenges. We have Bryn on the phone from Ohio. She's a mom, and she has the option of working from home or working at the office, and just said, hey, I don't get much done when I'm working from home. What do I do? It's a simple process. It's about prioritizing. And when you're with your kids, you got to be with your kids, and you got to set up the hours that you're going to be with the kids. Don't try to work and be with the kids at the same time. You're going to drive yourself cuckoo. I mean, totally cuckoo. You will feel guilty when you're working because you were not with the kids when you were physically with the kids because you were thinking about working. Get the phone away from you when you're with your children. Do not be mixing these two relationships together. It's going to drive you and them crazy. But when you are working, it is a shut the door, and I don't know how little the kids are, but shut the door, and if you have to, have somebody come and sit with the children. Have someone take them to the park. Have someone you trust. Be with them, and you make sure, hey, for these 3 hours a day, bam, I have to bang this stuff out. And in those 3 hours, don't be on Facebook. In those 3 hours, don't be checking your personal email. In those 3 hours, come on, you've got to be held accountable both when you're working from home and when you're at the office. So, great way to solve that problem. All right, this is Danny Johnson. We've got Victoria from San Antonio. We're talking about your job challenges. Victoria, welcome to the Danny Johnson Show.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
All right, my problem is that I don't have enough time, or I feel like I don't have enough time to form people correctly in the amount of time corporate America has decided is the correct call handling time.
Okay, first of all, you obviously have listened to some of the training because you're using a term that the guy driving down the street right next to you in San Antonio that's listening to the show right now, he hasn't got a clue what you just said. So let me clue him in. Form. It is one of the techniques, a communication technique that we teach in Magnetic Influence and also in the book First Steps to Wealth. And this is creating a communication style to where you're able to find the strengths, interests, goals, and needs of your prospect or the person you're interviewing to hire them or prospect for a date. But it's a technique that helps to create trust as well as being able to find the answers that you need to find out in a very unintrusive, harmonious way. All right. So Victoria, you're saying that you are having a challenge using that technique in your job?
Yes, I work at a call center, and our call handling time at this particular call center is 15 minutes, but in that 15 minutes, we're supposed to get their account information. We're supposed to get them to do a few steps because it's for troubleshooting for high-speed internet.
Okay.
And I've worked at Taco Bell, and I've also worked at another call center where our call handling time is 2 minutes.
Okay.
It's really hard to
use that technique.
Figure out how their family life is and all that kind of good stuff if you only have about 2 minutes for corporate America to feel like that's a good enough time to make them money.
Okay. Actually, 15 minutes is a very long phone call. That's a very long phone call. So, Victoria, this is what I want you to do. I want you to record your phone calls, and I want you to time how much time it takes to be solving those problems. And I want you to time how long you are attempting to form those people, attempting to build rapport. Let's just call it that. Now, building rapport can actually happen in just a few seconds. Just a few seconds. Okay. So, and mind you, remember, I've shown, if you've been to First Steps to Success, I've shown the example that literally inside of 60 seconds, you can build a solid rapport with somebody. That gives you 14 more minutes to solve the problem. So, and what it is that you are treating them like they are a friend right from the get-go versus sounding like some stiff telemarketer or some stiff client services department who's not connecting with a human. I want you to listen to your tone as how you're on the phone, because that in itself creates trust with that person on the other end of the phone. Because it's a XYZ company, how can I help you? Okay, no. It's, hey, thank you for calling XYZ company. This is Victoria. How can I serve you today? Totally different tone. And they say, well, I'm calling for this. Man, I'm so sorry you're having this problem. I'm going to do everything I can to help you out. So where are you at? How's the weather over there? Oh, I'm in San Antonio. Really? How's the weather? Bam. That's one connection point. Okay. Awesome. And hey, listen, I want to help you with your account information. So what part of San Antonio are you in? What's your address? So that right there makes me feel like you are like a friend. You're being that's building rapport with me. Okay. So try those couple of things, but make sure and record yourself. Go back and listen through it and see where you can actually improve. It's a simple thing to do to make people feel special and important, and you don't need a lot of time in order to do it. All right. And make sure you smile when you're on the phone. And I love that you want to do this. I love that you actually want to do better at your job. Proud of you, girl. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for being a listener on the Danny Johnson Show. I love my job. You're awesome, by the way. You know that? I just love that. Look at each one of the callers that called in today, really looking for solutions on how to improve their work life and looking at the challenges that they're having. And some of my answers were not very fun. They're not. But you really do have opportunity all around you. You do, whether you realize it or not. Whatever problem seems to arise, every problem comes already equipped with solutions. Every problem already has a solution packed into it, and your job is to discover what that is. So here's one. If your boss is stressed out, I would be asking, is there something I'm doing that's stressing you out? Sit him down. Ask him that. Is there anything I can do to help relieve your stress? You want to become valuable directly to that person that is in charge of giving you bonuses and in charge of giving you promotions. Danny, I'm not gonna kiss up to them. Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. That's straight up manipulation. Manipulation, no, is not going to work. However, honor and respect always works. Honor and respect always works. And when you see someone stressed out, rather than you reacting to their stress, why don't you go and sit down and say, I want to know if there's anything I'm doing to cause you distress. You have so much on your plate. You have so many things that you're managing. You have so many details. I can't imagine being in your position. And I just want to make sure I'm not one of the people that is stressing you out here. So is there something I can do to help relieve you? Is there anything I could do to help take off one of the tasks off your desk? Is there some way that can I get you a cup of coffee? Would you like an apple? Can I get you something? That right there, just having that conversation, reduced stress for that moment. I'm sure a smile gets put on their face, endorphins are being released, and they feel encouraged. So just a simple encouragement. And if you see somebody stressing out at work, it's the same thing. You can ask that same question or even write them a quick card. Just a little tiny thank you card. It doesn't have to be a book. Just, hey, I want you to know I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much for your dedication and devotion. I think you're awesome. And if there's anything I can do to help relieve you of stress, I'd be glad to. Right there, that is like such a left field positive thing that just hits somebody's soul. And that in itself is going to make that person have a better day. And on the other side, if they actually say, yes, there is something you can help me with. Bam. Do you realize how you just climbed up a bunch of notches in that person's heart, in their mind? And or on the other side of the coin, if they say, yeah, actually, you have been causing me stress. They're going to give you a list of things you can change. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, they're going to say, actually, if you could just get your work done, that'd be awesome. If we could just count on you. If it could be that I never have to wonder or worry if this deadline's going to be made. If it could be that I don't ever have to oversee everything you do or nothing that you do, that would be amazing. So here's a couple of things that I think you could do that would help overall the whole team to do better. Okay, those are simple things you can do, friend. So, and don't be afraid of correction. That's another thing. People who love correction are wise, but people who hate correction are stupid. I didn't write that. That's right out of the best success book ever written. That would be the Bible. That's in the book of Proverbs. Yeah, the Bible is who said that. He who hates correction is stupid, but he who loves correction is wise. Look for the places where you can improve. Ask the appropriate people who are around you directly that you report to for where you can improve. Look for that correction. Don't be afraid of it. Go straight into it because they're giving you a literal shortcut cheat sheet on how to succeed faster, how to directly get those bonuses, how to directly get a promotion. People move into management who are not afraid of correction. You want to get into management someday? You want to get to a higher level? Then put that one on your head now. He who loves correction is wise, but he who hates correction is stupid. Yeah. Anyway. All right, listen, you have to agree. Maybe today's been a little bit painful, but listen, you got to grow. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to try these new strategies. If you want to get to a higher level, a better income, a better standing position inside of your job or your career right now. And remember, if you're a business owner and you've been listening to today's show, you might want to have your staff listen to the show because you and I both know you want to see them succeed. And they need to know, they need the logical steps on how they can do it. And today's show has definitely given them that. All right, we've got one more segment of the Danny Johnson Show. I'm still going to be taking your call. 844-200-3264, your biggest job challenges right after this.
Stay right where you are for more of the Danny Johnson Show.
Radio talk show host Danny Johnson in Kadwa, Haiti.
Hi, I'm Danny Johnson, and I'm here with Vida in her tiny little home. This home is the size of many people's closets in the United States of America. Now, we're sitting on a bed, just a piece of sheet or plastic that these beautiful babies sleep on. They have nothing. This family has nothing. No water, no food, nothing. Won't you do something? The Bible says that if you ignore the cry of the poor, then you too will cry and be ignored. They're not asking for nice clothes. They're asking for food. That's it. Food, water. You can help. We want to build her a home. We want to bring water, clean, fresh water here. But we can't do it alone. We need you.
Help us radically change a community. Go to kingsransom.org to make your donation to Kadwa, Haiti. That's kingsransom.org.
As a homeschool parent, you know you've taken a tremendous responsibility. Some children need straightforward academics. Sometimes a child struggles and needs a little extra support. Help is available and is as simple as a few strokes on your computer keyboard at homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a terrific program to help homeschoolers and offers classes for grades 5 through 12 and has resources for tutoring, college planning, and testing, all taught from a biblically conservative view. Classes are flexible, and there's a variety of options for the complex schedules. Choose one class or many, depending upon your children's individual needs. Homeschoolworksforyou.com is a convenient online platform designed so all you need is a computer and an internet connection. It's also incredibly affordable. Visit their website today, homeschoolworksforyou.com. That's homeschoolworks, the number 4, the letter U.com. Hello there, working moms and dads. Does your life feel like a 10-car pileup on the highway going nowhere? Do you crawl through each day hoping for an escape or at least the fast lane? I've been where you are. My name is Danny Johnson, and years ago I worked crazy long hours, never saw my kids, and hated my life. Today I'm a multi-millionaire, best-selling author, businesswoman with several companies, homeschooling mom, and I only work 20 hours a week. Want to know the very strategies that I use daily to be able to accomplish this? Call now. I'll email you a free ebook of our bestseller, First Steps to Wealth. Call 844-200-DANNY. That's D-A-N-I. That's 844-200-3264. 844-200-DANI. Or visit firststepstowealth.com. That's firststepstowealth.com.
Freedom is fragile and costly and must be defended by work and by faith and even by blood.
What if standing for your faith stood in the way of evil?
Now, your ministry reaches more people than the evening news, and I need you to get up there and announce that you fully support this bill.
I cannot. water down the gospel to advance anybody's political agenda.
Would you be prepared to face scandal?
The girl is dead, John, and they're saying that you killed her.
I didn't kill anybody.
Surveillance.
They're watching for you.
Censorship.
They gave silence the truth.
And persecution.
I didn't know where else to go. You're going to be charged with first-degree murder.
Your husband is a fugitive. Persecuted. Starring Fred Thompson, James Remar, and Natalie Grant. Rated PG-13. Parents strongly cautioned. In theaters now.
If you take away a man's right to speak his mind in a country founded on that very principle, you don't really have a country now, do you?
Okay, if you know me at all, I don't want you spending a penny more than you have to on anything. This is one of those things. If you're a business owner and take credit cards, you're paying too much unless you're working with my friend Kevin at Prestige Merchant Solutions. He's so confident that if he can't save you money, he'll pay you $100. Listen, if you're accepting payment by credit cards, check it out. 850-200-0709. That's 850-200-0709. Kevin guarantees 5-star service. He guarantees he'll save you money, and he'll pay you $100 if he can't. No risk, right? So what are you waiting for? Call today. It's quick to change your current service, incredibly reliable, 24/7 support, and payments are processed quickly. Tell him Danny sent you. There's nothing to lose. Call 850-200-0709. 850-200-0709. Stop overpaying today.
Hello. Improving the quality of your life. The Danny Johnson Show.
I love it.
Excellence and diligence is going to get you promoted, friend. It also is going to satisfy you. You know, the best success book ever written, the very part where most of the financial teaching is done was done by the wealthiest man who ever walked on the earth, King Solomon. And he wrote that whatever your hands can find, do it with all your might and do it as unto the Lord. He also wrote that whatever your hands can find satisfaction in your work. He did not say find work that satisfies you. He said, find satisfaction in your work. I pondered on that passage one day. And when I pondered on it, I thought, and by the way, I was in a stage in my life where I was running a company and I hated it. I was bored stiff for several years, and I had gone through so much pain and suffering from that business. Again, by my own doing, the business is an inanimate object. For my own insecurities and my own foolishness, I made choices that then burned my backside. So I didn't like the consequences that I had to suffer through that business. So I kind of had this tarnished attitude about my business, not to mention, I had some issues, let's just say, I had some issues. And so I wasn't liking my work. I wasn't liking my business. It was a drudge every day. I had to I took everything I had to try to motivate myself to go to work those 20 hours a week. And I came across that passage one day sitting on my porch, watching the kids play out in the grass. And I'm reading the best success book ever written, the Bible. And it said that find satisfaction in your work. And boy, did I need it. It was like I got hit over the head with the book. Find satisfaction. Well, how do you do that? How do you do that? And then it was revealed to me. Work with excellence and diligence as unto the Lord, and you'll find great satisfaction. Right? It's true. When you've worked hard to clean your filthy car, and you have spit shine that sucker, man, it's just twinkling at you, right? You feel good. You feel accomplished. So take that same mindset, excellence and diligence into the job tomorrow or for the rest of the day today. Where can you bring excellence? Where can you be really diligent? And by the way, Facebooking, texting, and checking your personal email is not excellent and it's not diligent if you're doing that at work. Do you understand? But hitting the boss's priorities, these things, man, these are things that really bring the value. Okay, we've got Amber from Orlando, Florida. Amber, welcome to the Danny Johnson Show. What's your biggest work challenge?
My biggest work challenge is that I have employees. I have an assistant manager I brought to First Steps to Success. My other employees haven't come, and I feel like that they're just there to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to, what motivates.
Yeah.
And we've had staff meetings. I've been incentivizing, but I just can't break through that part to get through to motivate them to care.
Yeah, Amber, I understand where you're coming from. Okay, Mommy, listen to me. First of all, first steps to success, because the guy driving down the street right now is like, what's that? You've obviously been a client of DannyJohnson.com for a while, but first steps to success is our 3-day advanced training seminar, where we get into great detail about communication, business, and finance. So if you want better relationships, make more money, and grow your career, First Steps to Success gives you all the strategies on how this homeless woman became a millionaire in business and how we do it with the family as well as at work. So, Amber, here's what you got to know, honey. Number one, we live in a society that has trained us to believe in fantasies. Number one, that's you, the employer, and that is also the employees. So how does that equate in work? We're always looking for the quick pill that's going to change it, right? Just like when we need to lose weight, we don't want to change our eating habits. We want to swallow a pill that's going to melt the fat away, or we want to get a surgery that's going to suck it off of us. So that's the culture of the employees, and that's also the culture in you, the employer, where you're looking for, it's got to be fast. It's got to turn around now. Okay, look, how long have your employees been on the planet?
Many years.
And how long have... 30 plus years. And how long have they been indoctrinated with this 98% I'm only going to work hard enough so I don't get fired mentality?
Yeah, point taken.
And so you went to First Steps to Success. You brought some of your staff with you, and you have obviously had better results with those who've graduated from First Steps to Success, correct?
Yes.
Big difference, huge difference in their attitude, their strategies, their skill sets, right? Their self-motivation. Okay. Now, however long it takes, get the other ones there. And the reality is if they're not doing the job and they are fighting you on these things, it's time to do some writing things up. It's time to have a few more meetings and to create an opportunity for them to go find employment elsewhere. That's the bottom line. And you also want to look at, do I have people placed in the wrong place? Am I expecting a certain production out of the wrong personality, where their personality, remember when you went through First Steps to Success and we talked about gems? Having a sapphire in accounting is a disaster. So really analyze, what is their personality? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? And am I having people working in their weaknesses, or am I having them work in their strengths? And if you have people working in their weaknesses, you both are going to go crazy and it's going to result in quitting. So look at that. That's one place to look at it. And also getting underneath and finding what their goals really are. Not the goals that they want to say so they impress you, but what really is their goals, and hold them accountable. And if people are failing to make deadlines, if they're failing to do the work, if they're failing to grow and learn, they can go ahead and fail working for you and go find another employer to work for. And as long as you're honorable and you're gracious and you're decent, and you're giving people a chance and you're giving them mercy, because Amber, you and I both had a season where we were the idiots in the job, right? I still am sometimes.
Me too.
Okay. So, and look at how much grace has been offered to us. Mm-hmm. I should have been struck by lightning many times. Mm-hmm. So you want to put yourself in their shoes. They've been programmed for 98% their entire lives. And now because you have come into a new understanding, everybody should be learning as fast as Amber. Let's be a little more realistic and let's be strategic and just look at a couple of those things. Job domination was one as an employer that you should own. Mm-hmm. And you should maybe consider an hour once a week that the whole office listens to it. I know somebody that does that. He grew a very successful engineering firm with job domination, having the staff once a week listen to that for 1 hour. It's 1 hour investment that you're making into the employees, and then debrief. Hey, what did you learn out of this? Tell me what areas you're going to improve. And these are some areas I'm going to improve, and I want you to hold me accountable. And together we're going to grow and we're going to build this. And you guys are going to make more money as this company makes more money. So there's a couple little tips for you, Amber. Hey, I'm so glad that you're listening to the Danny Johnson Show. I appreciate you so very much. much. Thanks for being an entrepreneur and providing jobs. It's something our president doesn't even know how to do, the president of the United States anyway. But you do, and I love it. Okay, this is Danny Johnson. I've thoroughly enjoyed working with you today. I have. I think you're awesome. I'll talk to you tomorrow with another important topic that's going to bring you greater success. Bye.
You want great advice. You want a great business. You want a better life. You should be listening to Danny Johnson.
Every day.
Every day.
All the time.
All the time.
Helping you improve your life. The Danny Johnson Show.
Danny Johnson here, and you're listening to The Danny Johnson Show with tens of thousands of people just like you. People thinking about what you think about, talking about what you talk about, and needing the same products and services you need. It's a place where like-minded consumers gather, savvy business owners, marketing directors, and responsive individuals making significant buying decisions. From consumer home goods and services to business products, people just like you needing the same things you need. They should be buying your product and service or doing business with your company. I'd love to help. To find out how to advertise on this show, email info@intelerep.com. That's info@INTELEREP.com or call 251-928-9400. That's info@intelerep.com or 251-928-9400.